Okay, welcome. So I have been asked by a subscriber to talk about overcoming nihilism. So today I'm going to be talking about 3 ways that I have found to overcome nihilism for myself. So many blessings. Enjoy. Okay, so a few weeks ago one of my subscribers asked that I record a video about nihilism. And to be honest, I had to look it up. I had heard of this word, but I had not really understood its true meaning. So I thought I'd just share what the dictionary talks about. It basically says that nihilism is the rejection of religious and moral principles, and it is also the belief that life is meaningless. So I wanted to share a little bit that, for me, I have certainly felt like that. Although I wouldn't have called myself a nihilist, I would have said in my 20s, in my teens, I essentially felt that life was meaningless. That was the reason that I attempted suicide, both as a teenager and then in my 20s, because I really felt that I had no purpose and that it was meaningless for me. I was very depressed. So although I wouldn't have called myself a nihilist, I think, reflecting back, I was. I was a nihilist. So what I'm going to share today is just 3 things that I found really helped me to overcome this nihilism. So, I'm still a work in progress. I still have stuff which comes up. But from where I was 20 years ago to where I am now, it's been a huge shift. And these are some of the tools which have helped me. So the first thing I would suggest to people, if you're wanting to overcome nihilism, is to stop pushing against this feeling. To kind of that there's something wrong with it. This is very key in a lot of my teachings, is the fact that when we push against something, it's like we're holding the wall up. And when we step back and we just allow this feeling to be, rather than saying, no, this is wrong, I shouldn't be feeling this, I shouldn't be kind of reacting in this way, shouldn't feel that life is meaningless. When I just feel the sensations, it's like I've been holding the wall up. I've been holding this wall up, and as soon as I step back, then the wall falls down. So it might be that tears come up. So my invitation to you is to bring that sense of, okay, this is what feeling nihilistic feels like. I feel it in my body. Maybe it's in your back, your belly. What color is it? Maybe it's orange, red, black. It's like feeling that feeling. And just opening the breath and really feeling this. It's like giving that awareness, and it might be really overwhelming to start off with. And a practice you can do is you just shrink that down. So you can imagine the wall, you're just shrinking it down so it's not as intense. But it's to give yourself permission to feel this. This is what these feelings feel like. And when you do, it starts to shift. And in my own life, I found then the wall falls down. It doesn't mean that, other situations don't arise, but actually, I can just be with this feeling. And then it shifts and it changes. So that's the first thing, just to stop pushing against the feeling. The second thing is, for me, nihilism was a lot for me. I was inside myself. It's all about me. It's like life is meaningless. I have no purpose. I'm just within myself. And my recommendation is you step outside of yourself. And how this can work is to just send your feelers out almost. You send your feelers out into the world. So it's not just about feeling into yourself, it's going into the world. So being in nature, going out. This is why I always record outside. It's like I love being in nature. but it just helps me to connect to the world around me. So the second part is just feeling out into the world. What's going on out there, rather than just being inside myself, that there's no purpose. It's like, no, going out. And then to ask yourself the question, what does the world need right now? What does the world need right now? And what do I have to give? And you might say, well, you know, I've got no purpose, but that's in you. It's like, maybe it's just that you listen. You can listen. You can listen without giving any judgment, without giving anything. It's like, I can just listen. I can do that. So it's like feeling out into the world. What does it need? Oh, the teenagers, they're really struggling. Maybe if I could just give them some time to support them. Again, just listening. It's like, I can do that. I don't need to be skilled at anything. I can just listen. When you do that, it's like you're kind of not just going within, not going, oh, life's terrible. It's like there's no meaning. It's like I reject everything. It's like, no, it's like going out, feeling out into the world. How may I serve? So that's the second thing. First thing again is, what did I say? Stop pushing against the feeling. Second thing is stepping outside of yourself. And the third thing for me, which really relates to the second point, is to do with getting inside your body. So to step outside of yourself, it's like your head, step inside your body. And that means get physical. So every day when I was really in a nihilistic space, it was basically my time when I lived as a Buddhist monastery in beginning of the 2002 to 2005, a very dark space, but every day I would go for a walk, every day. And what I found is it just stepped me from my head, moved me from my head into my body and my heart. And when I came back from the walk, I felt more grounded, I felt more peaceful, I felt more in tune with myself, and I felt more capable of getting through the day. And research has now shown that actually exercise there's less relapse rate from depression. Say, you had two sets of groups of people, one used antidepressants, one used exercise. It worked similarly, they worked just as well, both of them, but then the relapse rate was something like 30% for the antidepressants of those who became depressed again, and it was only 8% for those who were doing exercise. And I believe that comes from Irving Kirsch, his research. So just to know, okay, exercise, it helps me to step out of my nihilism. So every day, go for a walk, especially in nature, get outside, get physical. It's like, yeah, I can do this. And you are doing this. So if you're feeling nihilistic, I invite you to go for a walk. So it's a slightly longer video today, but I just wanted to really share with you that yes, you can do it. You can move through nihilism. And 3 ways, just step back from, stop pushing against this feeling. Second thing is stepping outside of yourself. And the third thing is just getting into your body on a daily basis through exercise. So, many blessings to you, and please do, as always, comment below. And if you found this helpful, please do share. Okay, take care, be well.